Okay, next tool is your measuring tool here. This is the caliper. So we have decided to supply you with a caliper instead of a marking gauge for various reasons. A marking gauge is specifically used for marking out joinery, but the calipers is also used for measuring thicknesses of material. So you can see this caliper head here. I'm going to try and explain this to you. You could find a better video of this online, but this is at 0. You can see the first little thing here, and on this little scale here, you will see there's a smaller scale compared to the main scale, and this is smaller by just a little bit. It's just off by just a tiny little bit. In fact, it's off by 1 mm over 50 mm here. And the reason for that, right, is that you're going to use it to read a very specific measurement to the 0.1 of an mm. So I'm going to take the thickness measurement here of this. I'm going to tighten the knob here so we can preserve the measurement as we take it out. And I'm going to show you how to read this measurement. So this measurement is specifically read as 45. So the first measurement of the mm is where your 0 point on here crosses this mark. So this is the mark that we'll be reading off. So it's 45. And then now we're looking for the decimal points. The decimal point will be read as where this line matches up with any one of the lines in this range, which in this case it is exactly right here. You can see the line here. You can ignore the number completely first. This line matches up with this line here, and that will be read as 45.5 mm. So the exact measurement here in this case, the thickness of this material is 45.5 mm. Let me put that in frame. Okay, and so this is how you use the caliper. This is obviously for the external size. If you have an item, for example, if you wanted to measure the diameter of the hole, then you will put the top jaws in, and you're going to extend it out, and that's going to come across here, and it's now that reading will be read as 15.9. So this measurement is read as 15.9 mm. For clarification, you might want to just try this out or watch another video on how to read a manual caliper. Last thing, there is a tailstock here. There's a little bit of a tail piece here, and this is used to measure the depths of holes. You can use this to measure the depth of holes, or in the event that you have to measure a rabbet, then you can use it as such. And maybe let's put this on. That'll make it easier for you to see. Okay, if you had a piece of wood, you had a rabbet like that, and then you had to measure the thickness, then you would measure it like that, the tailstock being here, and then the reading will be registered here in this exact same scale. However, there will be zero error in all of these three measurements. Anytime you're using a caliper or any kind of measuring tool, there will be a zero error. Make sure you're aware that when the tool is fully closed, or when the bottom is on a flat, what is the reading that you're starting off with, and deduct that from the start. However, you probably won't have this problem because this tool is more of a steel working tool, metal working tool, and it's a lot more precise than you need it to be. We honestly just need to read the 0 mark here, and that should get you in the ballpark for most of your work. So before I end, I'm going to show you how to use the calipers as a marking gauge. You're just going to find a measurement that you need, and you're going to just use it to scribe across. Okay, this is a little bit more difficult when I have a camera in front of me. Yes, right like that. Okay, you can see that's going to give you a nice scribe line, kind of similar to what you have on a marking gauge, and that will allow you to mark the thicknesses of material as you're marking out for the joints. Okay, that should cover everything you need for a pair of calipers. So I will now move on to some of the hand tools.